This is Chadoba, a boisterous adolescent bull elephant. He's distinctive because he has a torn ear. Chadoba is a survivor. When he was just 2, he lost his whole family. Now 11, he's the young leader of a new herd. Chadoba's new family is unique because there are no adults. In this herd, they are all orphans. None would be alive today if it hadn't been for a group of dedicated people. The orphans have been rescued. They're being rehabilitated, and now the plan is to release them back into the wild. Chadoba and his herd have all cheated death. Their human saviors are giving them a new start by bringing them here to Kafue National Park in Zambia. "3,000 wild elephants live in this huge and remote region. The Ngoma teak forest is a refuge to a dwindling elephant population. It's hoped that one day the orphans will help boost their numbers. Chadoba's home is the banks of the Nkala River. Year-round, it provides all the water and lush vegetation a growing elephant needs. On the edge of the teak forest is the Camp Phoenix Release Facility. Here, a dedicated group of Zambians looks after the young elephants round the clock. They have become the elephants' new mothers. Altogether, there are 10 orphans. It will take years to teach them the lessons they'll need to survive in the forest where they belong. Just like at school, the 6 youngest orphans have a routine. Every day they go for walks, feed, have an afternoon nap, and playtime. Each night, they are kept safe inside locked gates, protected from predators by a high-voltage fence. The 4 oldest elephants are big enough to defend themselves against lions, and they're free to come and go as they please. They have learned that if they're out when the gate is closed, then they'll have to stay out for the night. They wear radio collars to keep track of their whereabouts. Chadoba is 11. As the eldest, he is the project's pioneer. He was rescued when he was just a tiny 2-year-old calf. Chadoba was found wandering, emaciated in the bush. His torn ear is a memento from the hyena who attacked him after he lost his mother. She was probably killed for her ivory, for her meat, or for raiding crops. When he first arrived at the sanctuary, Chadoba was too weak to feed standing up. He's lucky. When their mothers die, baby elephants very rarely survive. The few that live are first taken here to the Lilayi Elephant Nursery. It's just outside the Zambian capital, Lusaka, and nearer the specialist care they need. The rescued infants are very fragile. They are wild animals, and they arrive starving and traumatized. They are often found lost and alone. Some have seen their families shot. Others have been attacked with machetes. The young elephants sometimes wake at night, screaming from nightmares. Their keepers sleep above the stables, so they can hold the orphans' trunks if they need comforting. Recovery takes time. Musololi, Zambezi and Nkala have been here since they were infants. Their keepers have built trust, so the little elephants now accept them as their new mothers. The best rehabilitation comes through play. Musololi and Zambezi are 5, and they're ready to graduate from the nursery. They are healthy and seem happy, and soon they'll make the 350-kilometer journey to Camp Phoenix. Here, they'll start to learn the survival skills they need for their eventual release into the wild. The new arrivals are gradually weaned. Then, the keepers can encourage them to be more independent. The aim is to get the little herd to learn to rely on each other, so they can face the challenges of the wild together. It's dawn, still cool, and the youngest elephants make their way out of the protection of the enclosure for a day exploring. Their keepers and a guard follow them to keep them out of harm's way. Wild elephants are shy and dangerous, so their social lives are very difficult to study. Chidoba and the orphan herd provides a good opportunity to observe elephants up close. Lisa Oliver is leading a long-term study. With the help of volunteers, they spend hours every day gathering data and learning from the group's interactions. The orphan's best chance of survival will be to join a wild herd. To do that successfully, the calves need to learn how to behave like normal elephants. In the bush, this little wild elephant could live until she's past 60, if she follows her mother's example. Humans are the world's longest living land mammals. Elephants are a close second. Elephants live so long in the wild because they look after each other. They have complex relationships and long memories, and this allows them to pass on their experiences. Beyond the confines of the sanctuary, life in the wild can be a much harder struggle, especially during the dry season. At this time of year, temperatures exceed 40 degrees centigrade. Greenery withers and dies. This family are all females and they're young. They follow the elder. She's the matriarch. When the going gets tough, the family's survival is dependent on her knowledge. Experience will tell her where to find the best food and where there's still water. The elder is so important to her family that she lives long past her ability to bear young. Her role now is not to have calves of her own, but to use her knowledge to ensure the survival of all her family. Humans also outlive their ability to have children, so they can nurture their wider family. But elsewhere amongst animals, it's very unusual. This young calf will be completely dependent on her mother until she's weaned at 2 or 3 years old. Their bond will remain close for the rest of their lives. For males in the wild, it's a slightly different story. Adolescent bull behavior becomes too boisterous for the family herd. The females gradually encourage the teenagers to go their own way. Eventually, the young males will become independent, spending time in bachelor herds or wandering on their own. Two years ago, Chadoba started to move away from his surrogate family and to answer the call of the wild. He's the first elephant the project has successfully rescued, rehabilitated, and released. Like any teenager, he now goes where he likes, and he stays out all night. This morning, he's waiting just outside camp for his buddies. As is often the case, Chadoba's been off on an adventure for days, but he always comes back because he shares a powerful bond with the other orphans. Because Chadoba is the project's pioneer, and because he grew up isolated from normal wild elephant society, no one can be sure how he will develop. For years, Chadoba trusted his keepers, and now they have to teach the growing elephant to keep away from humans. Ultimately, Chadoba's survival in the wild will depend on how well he learns this hard lesson. A powerful electric fence now runs right round the camp. It's there to persuade Chadoba to roam elsewhere and seek the company of wild elephants in the bush. Seeing Chidoba living on the loose encourages the older orphans. In the last year, 3 more have joined him, living outside the enclosure. The newcomers are still learning about the electric fence. All the semi-wild elephants still like to hang out near the camp, so they're easy to keep an eye on. But the rainy season is coming. Soon there'll be an abundance of food, and the elephants will be tempted to explore further afield. For Lisa and the keepers, keeping tabs on their charges becomes all the more important. So this is where the radio collars are vital. Chidoba's collar needs replacing, and some other orphans are getting collars for the first time.
Yeah, I can be down for it,
But putting a collar on an elephant is a tricky business, so the orphanage team has called for reinforcements. Rachel's the boss. She's in charge of Zambia's Elephant Orphanage project.
The rest of us will be with Chidoba. Then when Chidoba's recovered, we need one keeper who's going to stay watching Chidoba while we then come and start the other 4.
Veterinarian Ian Parsons is a specialist in dangerous wildlife. The orphans will have to be sedated. If they get it wrong, an elephant could die.
You good?
They plan to collar 5 elephants today. It's an ambitious goal, so numerous specialists and volunteers have traveled from all over Zambia to help. Dr. Parsons will sedate the elephants from as far away as possible. Using compressed air, he'll fire a dart that administers the drugs. With a stroke of luck, all the elephants getting collars have chosen to spend the night with the youngsters in the enclosure. All the elephants, that is, except Chidoba. He's gone missing.
That's how it works. Everything is in order, everything is in place, and then your elephant doesn't show up, so part of the job.
Chidoba can't be sedated in the bush, where there's a chance that wild elephants might show up and attack the team. The keepers quickly find him, and because he trusts them, he follows them back to camp. Dr. Parsons and his team approach slowly. Chidoba is calm and relaxed, so he should only need a light sedative dose. Dr. Parsons has to get in range to fire. But he doesn't want to get too close in case Chidoba reacts badly and charges at him. No one wants to mess with an angry elephant. The drug will take time to work its way through Chidoba's bloodstream. But there's a snag.
Thank you. This is a good chance to check if she's had the whole dose. He hasn't had the whole dose. So that's going to be a problem. We'll have to wait and see.
Oh, yeah.
It's only been a partial injection here. I may have to reload.
The dart has malfunctioned, Chidoba only received half the drug.
It's just...
Luckily, there's no need for another shot. The sedative appears to be taking effect. But there's only one way to find out if Chidoba is actually asleep. The team needs to get Chidoba on his side. He weighs nearly 2,000 kilos, and if he spends too long lying on his chest, his weight will suffocate him. That immediate danger is averted. But the team still needs to work fast. Chidoba could overheat.
Make sure no one ever stands on a trunk, please. Be very cautious. Keep it upright like that. Okay, let me cut it there.
They continuously monitor his condition.
PO2 93%, heart rate 43.
If his vital signs start to fluctuate, they will have to abandon the operation and quickly revive him.
43 and 90. The antennas up about here. For a minute. Plus a little bit? Yeah, there's a little bit more. Okay. Okay.
This is an opportunity to check Chidoba's health and measure his progress.
And 39 length.
The new satellite collar is secure.
John, are you ready to reverse him? Okay, it's 8:30.
Dr. Parsons injects the drug to revive Chidoba, and everyone retreats to a safe distance. He should revive in minutes.
Okay, let's keep going back. Yes, good boy. Go on, go on. Yes. We'll keep someone watching him for a while. Awesome.
1 down, 4 to go. This is Tafika. He is just 7 and the eldest of the pre-release orphans. He's nervous in the outside world, but when safe in the paddock, Tafika is brave enough to show who rules the roost. The orphanage staff are hoping that one day soon, timid Tafika will have the courage to try life in the forest. So they've decided he needs a collar too. But it's going to be a challenge. It's 9 a.m. and it's over 25 degrees centigrade. In a couple of hours, it will be over 40. They need to do the other Ellies while it's still cool. So all 4 elephants have to be sedated and collared straight away.
That's Kafui. Tafika. Uh-oh. Oh, oh, oh.
After rehearsing on Chidoba, each team knows exactly what they have to do. They are racing against the rising heat of the day. They're done. But waiting for the elephants to revive is an anxious time. No one can relax until all four are on their feet. Little Tafika seems to be struggling.
I think we might need to go and check him.
Finally, he stands.
I'm so happy that they're all awake again.
Checking and see if everything is right.
No, I actually feel like crying right now.
The collars are unfamiliar and will take some getting used to. The team starts receiving signals straight away. For the next 2 years, they'll be able to check up on the collared orphans day or night and follow their transition back to the wild. Elephants are voracious eaters, and in the wild, range over large areas, looking for wherever the food is most plentiful. With enough food and water, elephants can adapt to survive anywhere. Once, they ranged all over Africa and Asia. But in many countries, elephants have been disappearing. In Zambia, the population has declined by over 90% in the last 50 years. If their decline continues at this rate, all wild elephants will be wiped out before any of these young calves reach old age. The name elephant comes from the ancient Greek word for ivory. It's their tusks, just enormous incisor teeth, that have caused their downfall. Yet their teeth are also the secret of their success. They have 4 powerful grinding molars. Each one weighs a colossal 5 kilos. It's these that allow elephants to chew their way through everything, from grass to trees. Of all the herbivores, elephants have the widest diet. They can't afford to be choosy. To keep body and soul together, an elephant needs to eat over 5% of its body weight every single day. That means chomping through 300 kilos just to stay in condition. At Camp Phoenix, the keepers are heading out on their daily mission to find enough fresh fodder to feed the young elephants' insatiable appetites. Each day, the keepers have to find a new grove so they don't exhaust a single patch. The elephants will eat everything: leaf, bark, and bough. The thicker the branches, the longer they'll keep the orphans amused. As the day gets hotter, Tafika leads the orphans back from their walk. The older elephants tuck into the new brash. For the youngest Ellies, the race is on. There's a treat in store. With a happy rumble, the calves greet their keepers. The youngest elephants are bottle-fed every 3 hours, day and night. In the wild, calves suckle until they're about 4, when their mother's next calf supplants them. It's impossible to milk a wild elephant, so the orphans drink a recipe that's been perfected over the years. Most of the formula is the same milk powder used for human babies, but in vast quantities. The staff mix in dried coconut to add saturated fat, whey powder to build muscle, and calcium and magnesium for bone and nerve development. Then, 8 times a day, the keepers have to mix the powder with nearly 2 liters of warm water and cooked oats.
We are done.
The baby Ellies love it. After their bottle, it's time for a little snooze. In the wild, elephants only take short naps, sleeping a total of 4 or 5 hours a day. Elephants are at their most vulnerable lying down. Their jaws and tusks are so heavy that adults have difficulty getting back on their feet, so they sleep standing. They stop themselves toppling over by turning their front feet outwards and locking their knees. While only 11 years old, Chidoba is the orphan herd's dominant male. Gentle Chamalandu is 10 and the eldest female. She's always had strong maternal instincts. Her reassuring trunk has comforted each new rescued baby. For the last few months, Chamalandu has been spending time outside with boisterous Chidoba. But she loves coming back to be with the little orphans. Seeing them on their walk is a chance to make up for lost time. She hurries to the youngest calf, flapping her ears and rumbling a greeting. This little one lost his real mother when only 3 months old, and he appreciates a little tenderness. Adopted mother and son can spend some quality time together, doing what elephants like to do most: eating. Knowing the orphan's routine makes it easy for Chamalandu to find the youngsters. Keeping in touch in the wild is much more difficult. But elephants have an ingenious solution. It's been recently discovered that even when widely dispersed, elephants can still converse. They use infrasonic bass, a sound so low it's inaudible to the human ear, but it can be heard by elephants over 8 kilometers away. Elephants like to drink daily, so the river is a good place for a rendezvous. Long-lost relatives greet each other by putting their trunks in one another's mouths. It's the elephant version of a hug. For little Tafika, a reunion with the older semi-wild orphans is a chance to test his strength. Wrestling is useful practice for when he'll have to compete for a mate. As the biggest bull, Chadoba makes sure that play doesn't get out of hand. The interaction's all useful data for the study. Having shown everyone who's boss, Chadoba tries a little playfulness of his own. But this isn't play fighting, it's flirting. As a 10-year-old female, gentle Chamalandu is almost old enough to conceive. Unfortunately, Chadoba is only an 11-year-old adolescent. He'll have to wait till he's around 25 before he's big enough to successfully mate. It's been an exhausting day for the young orphans, and they are ready for home. But something's not quite right. One elephant is missing. Tafika is enjoying the company of the older elephants so much that he's forgotten his timidity. The other youngsters headed home without him, and the gate is now closed. This will be the first night Tafika has spent in the wild since he lost his mother. Although this is the moment Tafika's keepers have long worked towards, it's still a worrying time. They have to hope that Chadoba and Chamalandu will look after him. Tafika is small for his age, and in the wild, lions are partial to young elephants. Elephants use the cool of the night to continue eating. They can't sweat. A thermal camera shows a beautiful network of capillaries blooming just under the skin, cooling the blood. The ears are darker and cooler, showing just how vital they are for regulating the temperature of such a big body. Night in the bush isn't a time for deep sleep. This is when creatures need to be most wary. The cover of darkness is a good time for predators to go on the prowl. Everyone needs to be alert. These lions spent their day asleep, and under the cover of night, they're looking for their next meal. An adult elephant is too big, even for a pride of lions. But an elephant calf is a different matter. The lions are testing their luck. But the matriarch's wisdom teaches her family how to protect their most vulnerable. Faced with a united front, the lions go in search of easier targets. Back at Camp Phoenix, Lisa has had an anxious night, and she's up early to look out for Tafika. Lisa can't be certain that the orphans know how to deal with a lion attack. In the enclosure, the younger orphans are enjoying the novelty of Tafika's absence. There's more food, and no big brother to boss them about. The young Ellies are in party mood. But they don't celebrate alone for long. Tafika is back, alive and well. After a wild night out, it's always nice to have a bath. Faint-hearted Tafika has overcome his nerves and spent his first night in the bush. It's only a matter of time before he finds the courage to join his older brothers again. Tafika is the 5th elephant the orphanage has rescued and rehabilitated, and is now staying out all night in the wild. No one knows what Chidoba, Chamalandu, or Tafika will do next. The hope is that they will find acceptance with a wild herd. Perhaps one day soon, there'll be a whole new elephant family thriving in the teak forest of Zambia.